Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a hybrid Sudoku on our channel. So this Sudoku is constructed by AfrayedKnot, and I really thank the author for giving me an opportunity to cover a video on our channel. So the moment I saw this Sudoku, it was really amusing me because just very few little killer clues, and I didn't know about the second constraint at all. So when I read the rules, I was more amused because these little killer clues are also acts as a sandwich clue and makes this Sudoku unique. So I was totally amused by it. Just 9 and nothing else. Just 9 clue. I mean to say the 9 given digit and nothing else. So it was really very wonderful to see such Sudoku. So the moment I saw this, I wanted to cover a video on this one and show it to all of you guys, right? So thanks a lot for such a wonderful Sudoku. Before going to the Sudoku, I would highly recommend you to please subscribe to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles if you haven't done so. It will really motivate us to cover videos on regular basis. And if at all you have a request for any Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, do let us know in the comment below and we'll surely make a video on it. And now coming back to this Sudoku. So classic Sudoku rules apply. You need to place digits from 1 to 9 in each row, each column and 3 into 3 box without repetition. Apart from that, each indicator clue within the pointer direction indicates that the sum of those numbers within the pointer direction will have to be 9, right? As every clue is 9 here. So whatever the number is indicated outside, that sum has to be in that pointer direction, and numbers can repeat within that line if they obey the classic Sudoku rules. So right, for this 9 you will have 7 cells to be added to get the 9, these 2 cells to get this and this 9, this to get the 9, and so on. Apart from that, those clues, the same clues in excluding or ignoring the direction, indicates in that particular row and column indicates the sum of the digits between 1 and 9 in that row and column. So if you have this 9 here, so sum of these 3 digits, if this is 1 and 9, then sum of these 3 digits would have to be 9. So numbers between 1 and 9 would the sum of those numbers would have to be 9 as indicated outside, right? So really amused by, I'm still amused by it. Let's see if we are able to crack this Sudoku or not. So I get to see the start here. This is the start right now I am seeing, because yeah, these cells would have to be 1, these cells would have to be 1 or a 2. So yeah, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. If this is a 1, for this 9, so the number of cells between 1 and 9 in particular row or column, if it has a sandwich clue, then the number of cells between 1 and 9 would only be 2 or a 3. You cannot have 4 cells because the sum would have to be more than 9 then, and you cannot have less 1 cell because 9 is already used in that row or column, right? We have to use numbers between 1 and 9. So 9 is not included in the sum. So 9 can either be in this cell or this cell, right? Okay. For this row. For this row, 9 can either be here or it can be in any of these cells, right? So I am not sure of it. Oh, 9 cannot be here because of the 9 here. The sum of these 4 cells needs to be 9. So 9 cannot be in any of these cells. 9 can be in one of these 2 cells. I see something with these 2 9s. This cannot be, this can only be a 3 or a 4. So if you have a 4 here and a 3 here, you need 7. You get 7 and you need 2 more, not possible. So both of these would have to be 3 minimum, and these will have to be 1 and 2. This 9 is also done. This 9 can only have 4 and 5 as a pair because 1 2 is not used, sorry. And 3 cannot be in any of these cells, so 4 and 5. This 9 is also done. For this 9 cannot be in any of these 2 cells because then you will not have 1 will be very close to the 9. That is not possible, right? So 9 can be here. 9 cannot be in any of these cells. 9 can still be here. He cannot be here. It can be in any of these cells. Okay, I'm not sure of it. Oh, one thing here is, if there are 3 cells between 1 and 9, the only possible digits between in those 3 cells would have to be 2, 3 and 4, because 1 is already excluded in the sum. You have to take sum between 1 and 9. So 9, if a 9 is here, these 3 cells would have to be 2, 3 and 4. You already have a 3 here. So this cell is a 9 here, right? Okay. Okay. If this is a 9, this can, okay. This would have to be either 2, 7 or 4 and 5. These 2 cells cannot, okay, 2 cannot be in any of these 6 cells because of the 2 and 2 here. So 2 would have to be here, 2 would have to be here. Same way, because I can see that here. These 2 cells would have to be 3 and 5, because 1, 3 and 5 gives you a 9 here. Now let us see this little color clue, because I can see that 1 cannot be here, 1 cannot be here. So the minimum sum between of these 2 cells would have to be 5. So which means you need to have at most 4 here, not more than 4. Sum of these 2 cells would have to be at most 4. Can be 1, 3, 2, 2. Can be 1, 3 and 2, 2. So 1, 2, 3. Can this cell be a 5? If this is a 5, this is 2, 7, 8 and 9. Both of these can be 1. So 2, 3, 4 and 5. Nine cannot be here. Okay, 9 cannot be in any of these 2 cells as well, because if you have a 9 here, 1 would have to be somewhere in these 2 cells, or if you have a 9 here, 1 would have to be somewhere in these 2 cells, of course, because this cannot be a 1, 9 and 1 will be too close to each other, and then sandwich clue cannot be used. So 9 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. That gives you 9 in one of these 3 cells. Okay. I see that this and this are same digits, whatever those be 1 or a 2. So I have a remote pair of 1 and 2 here, right? This cell can neither be 1 nor a 2. Wow, this is awesome. Both of these cells cannot be same, which means both of these cannot be 2, or both of these cannot be 1. So if this is 1, this also is 1, both of these cells becomes 2, and then so both of green and gray cells becomes 2. Not possible. Gray is different digit, green is different digit. So which means both of these are different. Either it is 1, 2 or 1, 3. So 1 has to be in one of these 2 cells, right? So which means these cells cannot be 5. That is nice. because if you have a 5 here, both of these becomes 1. Okay, really amazing solve part till now. Difficult to see. If this is a 9, these 3 cells would have to be 2, 3, 4, and then you get a contradiction here. This cell cannot be anything. So this cell is a 9 here. Nine cannot be in middle. Because 1 will be very close to 9, and then you cannot have the sandwich sum. So 9 cannot be here. 9 cannot be in any of these cells. If this is 9, this is 1, and then this is 2. 2, 3, 4, not possible. This cannot be a 9. If this is a 9, this would have to be 1. 2, 3, 6, and 4, 5 is possible. And if this is 9, this is 1, 2, 3, and 4 is possible. And even if this is 9, 2, 3, 4, okay. None of these cells can be 9, neither can this be a 9. So there are these 3 cells for the possibility of 9 in column 7. Nine cannot be here, 9 cannot be here, 9 cannot be here. So 9 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. Two and 3, 5, 1 and 1, 2 and 4, 6, 1 and 2. Okay. Whatever be the case, this cell cannot be a 1, because again the remote pair thing, this cell, one of these 2 cells would have to be a 1, both cannot be same. And if none of these 2 cells, neither of one of these 2 cells is not a 1, then you'll have both these cells as 2. So 1 cannot be here, 1 cannot be in any of these cells. You'll have 1 in one of these 3 cells, right? Does that help us? You'll have 8 in one of these 2 cells. Or if you have a 1 here, 9 would have to be here. Oh, if you have a 1 here, where can 9 be? In column 2. If you have a 1 here, 9 cannot be in any of these cells. This cell would have to be a 9, and then you'll have too many cells between 1 and 9. So 1 cannot be this cell. So 1 has to be in one of these 2 cells. So these 2 cells are 1 or 8. 1, 8 pair here, because of the 9 that we have here. And if you have a 1 here, again same logic. If you have a 1 here, 9 would have to be somewhere in these 3 cells, not possible. So this is 8, this is 1. That removes 1 from this cell, you get a 1 here. Wow, 2, 1, 2, 1. Awesome, guys. Amazing. That is amazing logic. Am I right till this? This has to be a 1, which means this cannot be a 9. This has to be a 9. Because to see the 1 being a bit far to get the sum as 9 between them. If this is a 1, either this can be a 9 or this can be a 9. Not sure of it yet. 3, 6, 4 and 5. This 9, for this 9, sandwich clue, 9 cannot be here, 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 or it has to be only here. So these 2 cells are 3 and 4. This would have to be 4, that is 3. I'll just remove the conflict checker off. That is better, because I don't want to use the help of the computer to solve it faster. Okay, it can either be 2 or 3, we are not sure of it. This 9 is done. This 9 can either be here or here. There are two possible places for 9. 9 cannot be here because then 1 and 9 are very close to each other. You will need 9 more here because of this 9. So this cannot be a 9. This cannot be a 9. This and this cannot be a 9. Oh, I mean to say this cannot be a 9 and this would have to be a 9. That gives you a 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4 between 1 and 9. Oh, these cannot be 4 or 5. It has to be 7 and 2. You already have a 4 here. Am I right till this? I sometimes feel 9 can either be here or here. There are only two places for 9. If this is a 9, 2, 3 and 4, 2, 3, 4 is already here. So this cell would have to be a 9. And if it is 7 or 5, because of 2 and 4, it has to be 7 or 5. This 9 is also done. This 9 is also done. Most probably this 9 is done. This 9. You have this 9 pending. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 5 would give you a 4. 6 would give you 3. 7 would give you a 2. 2 is not possible. So 7 is also not possible. These 3 cells are 6, 7 and 8. This is not an 8 here. 5, 6 and 8. This is not an 8 here. Okay, you have a 5, 6, 7 triplet here. So these two cells are 2 and 4 in any order. Five would have to be in one of these two cells. So these two cells cannot be 5. You already have that eliminated here. If this is not a 5, this is not a 4. This cannot be a 7. So you have a 6, 8 here. Oh, classic rules. This is 9 here. That gives you a 9 here. It's 5, 4 or 7, 2. Four is in one of these two cells. 4 is in one of these two cells. Okay. No, you can have a 4 here. If this is 4, this would be 2. That is 6, 7, 8 and 9. This can be 2. If this is 3, this would be 2 and this would be 3. Oh, 2 is in one of these two cells. So which means in this column 2 is in one of these two cells, in this column 2 is in one of these two cells. So 2 gets eliminated from here, and if this is 4, this becomes 3 and that becomes 1. Right? So this cannot be a 4, this would have to be a 2. That gives you a 7 here. 6 and 5. 8 and 7. You have 3 here, you need 6 more, either 3, 3 or 4, 2. That gives you 4 and a 2 here. That gives you an 8 here. This is a 3, so which means this is also a 3. because you got a 2 here, that gives you a 3 here, that gives you a 6 here because of the 9 sum in between 1 and 9, that gives you 8 and 6, 2 and 4, so 4 and 2, 6 and 7 here in these two cells, 5 and 4 here in these two cells, 5, 6 and 7 in these three cells, 5, 7, not even 5 and 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, 8 is gone, 6 is gone, this has to be 7, oh sorry, 6 and 8 here in these two cells, okay. Five, 7 and 8. $68 here. 5 and 8. Oh, 7 cannot be here. 7 cannot be here. This cell is a 7. Oh, 7 is in one of these two cells. 7 is in. Again, the same logic. That is awesome. So 7 cannot be here, 7 cannot be here, you have a 2 7 pair here. Same way 7 cannot be here, 7 cannot be here, you have a 7 in these two cells. So this cell cannot be a 7, 6 and 7. Four, 5 and 6. Eight and 3. Anything else you are missing here? This 9 is done, this is done, this is also done, this is done. Okay. Four, 5 and 6. Oh, you have 4, 5, 6 triplet here. So this would have to be 3, 6. That gives you an 8 and 6 here, 7 and 5 here, 4, 8 and 9, right? So 9 would have to be here, and 4 and 8. Okay. So this would have to be 8 here. And this would have to be 3, 4, 5 and 6. Oh, this is 56. Come on guys, this would have to be 4, 5, 8, 5, 5. So 2 and 8. 7, 2, 5, 7, 4 and 5, 4, 5 and 6, okay. 6, 5, 6, 5, 8, 4 and 6, 6 and 4, 2 and 4. Come on. Anything, I always do that. Yeah, see, I have 2 5s here, and one of the digits would have to be 4, and that is this. It is, as I always say, at last I will always do one mistake. That's my habit of doing it. But wonderful Sudoku. Hats off to the author. What a way to make this Sudoku unique. Amazing. I can't think of a better one actually. With these two constraints used together, it couldn't have been better one. Thanks a lot, AfrayedKnot, for such a wonderful Sudoku. I hope you all enjoyed this Sudoku, enjoyed this video. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.